Hello and good morning. I don't know how to start this today. I've been kind of sitting here fidgeting and gathering things and gathering thoughts. I didn't really write down anything this week, even though lots of things occurred to me, lots of synchronicities. I know I talk about this a lot, but what is happening for you in the world of synchronicity? What little, even seemingly mundane things are popping up? Sort of like an algorithm, if you will, a universal algorithm. They just show up as if the universe has been listening, because it has. For me, a big one was this happens to me a lot. If I'm unsure of a direction or just feel like I need more information, I will go typically to a place with used books, usually used, not always. And I will typically find a book, sometimes immediately, sometimes like this one took a minute. I kind of walked around a lot. I had one book and then found this book and was like, oh, bye, book. Sorry, Dolly Parton, I wanted to read about you. But what I found was, and I realize everything's going to come out backwards, The Ascension Mysteries by David Wilcock. I am reading through it really fast. I've only had it for a week, and to be fair, I'm not the most prolific reader anymore. I have to be really interested in it, and it has to be interesting, which I think is a fair protocol for why you stick with a book. But, and I'm not saying this book is for everyone. I am saying that it's interesting. This book came out in 2015. It's 2020. He's talking about all the stuff we're talking about in terms of what to do to make sure that we're ascending properly. But quotes like this are why I love this book. The villains are doing everything they can to make you ignore your spirituality, fall into jealousy, materialism, and fear, and prevent you from being ready for this epic change. The only way to break the trauma addiction is to learn to love and protect yourself, and then be able to forgive those who have harmed you. Yeah. I think it's interesting. I've done a little bit of research. I've asked around. I've gone within, and I'm being repeatedly validated in that puppy. Puppy wants to go outside. To the porch. Baby girl, I need you to wait. Mm. Um, that the thing we can do is go within and figure out how we're going to shine our light, how we're going to be brighter than the villains. I'm not sure that we can, I don't know for a fact, but I'm not sure that we can tackle what's going on mano y mano, same. I know that's not what that means. We have to take a different tactic. And I think if we collectively choose independently and thereby also as a whole to strengthen and boost our spiritual work and our let's just say and our shiny, sure, and our shiny. I'm not suggesting that that makes it all easier, but it does make it more tangible is not the right word. More true, more complete, more whole, more righteous, more. So then it just led me to thinking that I would share a few books and podcasts and things that I have listened to and found to be informative and a source of relief and comfort. In no particular order. This is a great book. I'm sure you've heard of it. If you haven't, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. I've read this book at least 3 times. It's one of those ones where you read a few pages and then you give it a day and you think on it and then you go back. It's amazing. I still have this book, I'll be honest. I remember loving it and I don't remember why. But this this chapter, Learn to Forgive Yourself. So things of that nature. This book is called Reinventing Yourself by Mario Alonso Puig. And then if you've never heard of the Intenders, they were begat by Tony Burrows and some friends. He's a lovely man. I've met him a couple of times. And he has little books like this, the Ascender's Handbook. And there's a beautiful Facebook page. And there's a great website, the Intenders.com. And so it's a way to work on focusing your intention, where you're focusing your energy. And he's very big on Course in Miracles. So if you are very big on Course in Miracles, here's a book. I'll be honest, while I totally like A Course in Miracles, I never finish it. So he recommended this to me, A Course in Miracles Made Easy by Alan Cohen. I don't know what happens. This has been going on for me for a while, though. I'm so used to picking and reading and listening for so long, and kind of around the time I realized I wasn't finishing books, I was realizing that I needed to put my learning into action more than I needed to be receiving the information from the outside. So I don't know if you've noticed that, if you're still in the place where you're prolifically reading and listening to things, or if you are in the part where you're ready to practice trusting yourself. It's all good either way. For the record, I'm also interested in what you're listening to or reading. What's working for you right now. Is that everything? I think that's it for that. Seeing a lot of intense energy. It's kind of like things are moving from micro to macro and then back again. I'm seeing a lot of creators, like content creators on TikTok, or, I know what I forgot. Really having to have conversations with people about not attacking them. And that hasn't really happened with me. I was very fearful of that, I'll be honest. And so for everyone, for the most part, has been lovely. And for those who haven't been lovely, I actually found it kind of comical. But they weren't threats. They weren't life threats. Thank goodness. And so just as a reminder to everyone, being hateful is not being creative. And if you have been feeling hateful and directing that towards creators, or you know people, may I encourage you to practice pivoting that thought process and trying to go inward and see what's really going on for you and how it is you would really like to create instead of attacking creators. Podcasts that I listen to, these first two are not safe for children's ears. Synchronicity, Noah Lampert, and Soberish, Jessa Reed. They are friends. I don't know if they were friends after they started their podcast, but Soberish, it starts off with her talking about her addictions, and it has moved by season 2, she's moving into ascension work. They both cuss a lot. I don't mind it, but if you mind it, you should know. And their energy can be pretty high octane. So if you're not down with that, I also enjoy Psychic Teachers and Enlightened Empaths. Oh my gosh, my brain just blacked out on her name. Sorry, Mama. There's one person who's in both of those. They're lovely. They have lovely voices. They're lovely to listen to, and totally safe to listen to in the car with your kids. And also, So You Think You're Intuitive. Also, lovely voice. Work that I have done, I speak about the energy work that I do, or the past life regression work that I do. I learned that from a woman named Stacia Sinisted out of Colorado, and her website is wooversity.com, and I did the online program. It's a year's worth of, you could get it done in 4 months if you wanted to crank it, but it's a year's worth of work, and it will help you with energy work, protection, past life work, talking to spirit guides, a whole host of other things. And I highly recommend it, especially if you've got some time on your hands. And one other thing, a trick I remembered in the car yesterday, I used to, I made this trick up, I think, but back in the day, I used to be a person that really attracted people that needed real help, and I would attempt to help. And the fact of the matter was, is I really should have redirected them to a professional in many cases. And so there came a point where I just didn't want to be that person anymore. I just didn't even want it. And so I imagined there being a switch, like a breaker, connected to the thought process that said that that was my job to do that, to be open to that and be receptive to that. And I just switched it off. And you know how breakers sometimes do. They switch, usually they switch off, but you get my meaning. It would switch back on. So sometimes you got to go in and do it again and do it again. A few times, a lot of times. Either way, it stopped. Fundamentally, it stopped, and also I'm better at boundaries. So yesterday I was thinking about it. And so for whatever it would be for you, or another one for me, my love, can you hear her? She just wants to go on the porch. I'll hurry. Same idea. Name the switch. Turn it off. But also pull out the cord, the wire. Honey girl. My honey girl. Pull out the wire. Cut it up. Get rid of it completely. Replace it with a new wire and a new label for what you want or what you want to attract. And then turn that sucker on. May you have to go back in and turn it on a couple times? Maybe. But give it a try. Why not? Can be fun. So I hope you're all well. I hope you all stay well. And again, I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts or any suggestions that you have, books. Got some great ones a couple weeks ago about psychological terms to look up that were great. So thank you for that. And peace and love to you all. Thank you. Bye.